Hey, you guys, and welcome to the Steele Wars Hyperchat. I am Steele Saunders, and I do love Star Wars. And I have got a window open that shouldn't be, because I can hear me talking, and it's brutal. Oh my stars! Everyone in the chat, I already know what they're posting, and that's 0 days without a technical incident. I can't
Last time
even
I was
say...
on, it went great.
Oh, thank you. I thought you were going to say the opposite, and I was going to say it's not. Trust me, Alex. It's not just you.
No, I believe you.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. I hope my internet is coming through okay. I'm on a Wi-Fi I'm not comfortable with, but it might be going through the wire. So just let us know in the chat if I'm like, except then when I was doing it on purpose. Okay. Was that so? Was I my street mime sort of? Did you think like I was like jittering just then, Alex?
You're not coming through, Steele.
Exactly. Yes. Theater of the mind. Welcome our sometimes guest on a Monday. Welcome back, Alex from Star Wars Explained.
Glad to be here, Steele.
Now, we're getting to see here, everyone on the that's listening on the podcast. You might want to click the link to get a visual if you're a Star Wars Explained fan, because we've got here behind the scenes, like where you're set up now. In the background, I can see your like set.
Yeah,
with Cobb Vanth. So this is very exciting.
I should have thought. So that Cobb Vanth, it has like a hole in the middle. It came damaged. And they very quickly happily sent me out another one. And I have it right over there, still boxed up. I should have unboxed it. So I had two, just because then it would just look like I was kind of a little too excited about Cobb.
Just cobbing up. I don't like the idea that he came with a hole in his stomach. You're not dropping spoilers on
I hope that's not foreshadowing.
Wow. Because the thing with being able to see the background is I know that's your set because I know you're Alex. But if this was someone else, say it was Corey that I was on with, right? I would say the little light ring behind that is one of those Attack of the Clones prequel era Clone Wars hyperspace rings.
It's definitely from Clone Wars. I love Clone Wars. I'm Corey. Mandalorian, Chapter 11. Another banger.
Now, normally when you watch these, you're Star Wars Explained. You know what I mean? You've been telling me how you've just spent 4 hours watching Return of the Jedi somehow in some sick, twisted way to learn trivia. So
now he's breaking up.
We're cutting out. Oh, yeah. Now we just cut out then. Wait there. I might if I drop out, just I'll be back, but I'm just going to switch Wi-Fi.
Okay.
I feel like it's going well though. Anyway, so I see the Imperial Troop Transport, and I'm like, oh, that's the toy that Kenner released. That's really cool. But you have another whole other level of Easter egg pickering-a-ruppering, ricka-ricka-ricka-ring for an episode like this that had so many in-your-face references. You must have been just like having like a seizure on the ground with Easter egg-itis.
Not really. I think the first time I watch something...
Dude, I just spent 30 seconds setting up that premise, and you give me a not really? Where's this? Didn't you take some improv classes?
Well, they didn't stick.
Yeah, I know. Refund.
I'm trying to be honest over here.
It's YouTube. There's no place for honesty. Come on.
I'm allowed to enjoy it the first time I watch it, Steele.
All righty. Hit me with the truth. I can't handle the truth. Hit me with it.
No, like I just really was digging it. Like I'm not searching for Easter eggs the first time I watch something. It's just I want to enjoy it. The only time that really I would say comes into my brain is when I'm watching a movie in the theater for the first time, because then it feels like there's more pressure.
Mhm.
It feels like, oh, I better remember as much as I can, because I can't just like put it back on whenever. With The Mandalorian, I'm like, okay, I can just watch this and enjoy it, and then if I need to revisit it immediately, I can.
Yeah, I've started doing these like just reactions. I just sort of edited them together really rapid fire, but it's just me talking as I watch it for the first time. It's such a good format for me because I like talking. But if I did that while watching it with someone else, they'd give me the old Cobb Vanth in the tummy treatment. So it really serves my need to blurt out anything that I'm thinking, which is why these hyper chats go for so long each day. So, but what was your out of 10 rating?
Man, 9.
9. Yeah,
I loved it.
I was 8, and I should point out there was some controversy over the weekend with I'd misscored. I do an average for our roundtables, and I'd not divided the passenger by I messed up the scores. So the score has got a lower one than I reported. I'll be back tomorrow to fully go into Scoregate on the roundtable, but I think someone really wanted to get that passenger score down, so they're like, "Hey, mate, you've messed this up. You've messed this."
Yeah. Oh, he's gone again. I loved the episode. Bo-Katan's amazing. Oh, he's back.
I don't know what's going on today with this. Anyway, something that can't be disputed, and thank you for vamping. That's the improv did work then. The online Twitter that I do every week with what was your reaction to The Mandalorian Chapter 11, the heiress, and why? 78.6% thumbs way up, 16.9% thumbs up, 3.6% thumbs in the middle, and 0.9% with a thumbs down. So overall reaction, this one is searing. The opening chapter had a similar yet slightly more turned down thumbs way up. The passenger was sort of more thumbs up, thumbs in the middle, but people like these references. I've got to tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're doing a good job of pulling in all eras now. I mean, you're getting the kids that grew up watching the Clone Wars who are now adults. Like you're getting them. You're also getting original trilogy fans. Like it's all kind of coming together.
Yeah, I was saying I did this stream on the Culture Slate Instagram today. So if you want to go check that out. But how cool it is that like Hawes from Blue Harvest, who's, a similar era of Star Wars fan to me, like very, when we were young, it was original trilogy. He had his blow away Boba Fett moment in the first episode, and then Corey, who's a Clone Wars kid, had the exact same thing like 2 episodes later. It's insane. And so now that everyone's getting their dreams fulfilled, I'm holding out for this Luke Skywalker theory. Sebastian Stan secretly, while he's filming his Falcon Winter Soldier series, slips into the little black suit, and I'm getting it. Everyone else is getting theirs. What would be yours? What would be your dream gasp?
Oh,
no X-Wing pilot ghosts are allowed.
Yeah, no Force ghosts. And I wouldn't want that anyway. Big Stida hero. Now, see, like going into this, I got him paused on a laugh. Good. Going into this, I was really hoping that we would get Bo-Katan and Katie Sackhoff because we're big Battlestar Galactica fans. So like this kind of was my dream hope for season 2. So now I got to think of another one. And like, I would want to say something like Cobb Vanth. They're really nailing it for me because I just love that they're pulling in all these different eras, not just from the shows, but from the books as well. So I need to think up like a comic character. I don't know, maybe Dr. Aphra. I mean, if we're just going to throw wild stuff out there now. Oh, I thought he was like really contemplating that for a second.
I have no idea why I'm dropping out. It's just not fair. Are you there, Alex?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. It never happens like that. But whew, that's yeah. I have no idea. But those cutouts. You know what they're giving me, Alex?
Anxiety.
Okay.
It's a vibe check.
That is a major vibe check.
I'm majorly checked right now.
It's bit of a vibe check. But I'll recover. Hey, so this is what I wanted to talk to you about. I am unsure, and I guess it's all up to theory.
Mm-hmm.
But I posed the question in a Twitter poll today because I love Twitter polls. When we will see Ahsoka Tano in The Mandalorian, it will be before getting to Sabine, before they go look for Ezra. They are looking for Ezra now, or they've found Ezra. The poll, 50% of respondents think they are currently looking for Ezra when we encounter
Ahsoka in episode 5, I assume. Probably not 4.
Cutting out again. I have no idea why this is happening.
I'm just trying to pick up whatever you say and keep going. Bostic. I thought he was like working on technical difficulties.
Hi, Alex.
Hey.
Jeez. I can see there's like 25 comments before I last checked the comments. I'm not going back there. It's going to be nothing but people celebrate my demise. What does that say about me?
It's because they love you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, 22% said they've already found Ezra, and this is when we pick up with Ahsoka in The Mandalorian. I kind of think it's before getting to Sabine. Where do you lie on this issue?
I hope that it's after, or I mean, I don't really care either way, but my gut says it's after getting to Sabine. I don't think it's going to be addressed in the show. I don't think Ezra's going to get name dropped. I do think Sabine would likely be in there. I mean, that seems like a no-brainer to get the Mandalorian character in. But I don't know. I hope they're not searching for 5 years, but they also haven't solidified the timeline. They've been kind of vague about it. Like Favreau has said 9 years after A New Hope before, but like, I think that they're...
Look, I'm watching your emotions. You're getting annoyed. Little fact-finding Alex.
Uh-huh.
You say, you blow it off like, oh, he's been vague about it. It's very
be specific, Favreau.
No, don't be specific. Then it can bend to
the
story.
I think that's fine because then it does let us know.
You said that. You said that. I think that's fine. Very passive aggressively. I think
it's fine. Steele. Just give me that visual dictionary so I know what Frog Lady's real name is. That's all I'm asking.
Oh. Name the Frog Lady, please. So you sort of, your gut feeling is Sabine.
I'm kind of hopeful that they've already found him, just because.
Oh, they've already found Ezra.
That's my hope because it's like he's been missing for 5 years. That feels like a long time, especially if they're, I don't know, if they're currently looking. I don't know how close they are to the unknown regions, or well, we don't know where he went, but. I don't know. It depends on what they're doing when we see them.
See,
if they're just chilling at a cantina, I mean, Bo-Katan knows exactly where they are. It sounds like they're settled down. So what are they doing?
Yeah, but I think they're settled down because it's before they go on their mission.
Well, what are they waiting for? It's been 5 years.
The right time. Because it would be quite like, I don't want a prequel series from what Ahsoka did up to now.
Sure.
Because
Well, that's why I don't think they're going to name drop Ezra or mention him at all.
yeah, but I think if he'd already found Ezra, it just cuts out like this epic story that is rumored to be told in a cartoon. There's,
Right.
There's a rumored. We'll just. Can you tell us the rumor, please, Alex?
So there's a Rebels sequel series that has been in development for a long, long time, as far as Corey, am concerned. I don't know when it's going to be announced or anything, but it should be about Ezra and Thrawn being lost, and Ahsoka and Sabine going to find them.
Excellent.
That's kind of all I know.
Thank you for that update, Corey. It's I hope you guys are being like COVID safe in that room together. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, he keeps just popping in. He just comes over. I don't know where he's been.
He'll do that. Yeah, I feel like it's such a big chunk of story that it would be a shame to jump that. So it'd be cool, say, if Ahsoka's here, she hasn't got Sabine yet. And then in the next season, maybe between seasons 3 and 4, they can film an Ahsoka series that fits in with that chunk of the timeline after her appearance in The Mandalorian up until her next appearance in season 4, when she'd have them. Kind of like how Battlestar Galactica used to do all those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would the Rebel sequel series be about?
Well, I just think, sorry. Well, Corey, I think maybe you just got, I know it's hard for you to believe, Master of Scoops, but I think perhaps you got your wires crossed and the Rebel sequel will actually be a live action Ahsoka series. There's 2 rumors that are forming as one. Now get out of the way. Get Alex back. Thank you. Let's check out something cool, Alex, because I know you like cool stuff. And that is this week's character poster.
Oh, yeah.
For The Mandalorian. Now, I'm trying to learn the Sasha Banks one because I'm a fan of that character. I haven't started on old handsome stubble Mando. But I know in the middle, for those listening to the audio, this is those character posters that they've been doing for The Mandalorian with the graffiti in the background. We've got Bo-Katan, and then over each shoulder, Alex is...
the stubble man is Axe Tove.
Really?
I think so.
He's named after the deodorant?
I believe so.
Okay, great. And then who's Sasha Banks? You're cheating!
No, I'm looking up Axe's name, but Sasha Banks is Casca Reeves.
Okay, Casca Reeves.
I'm double checking my math on Axe.
Okay.
I would never cheat. I already forgot his last name. Woves, Axe Woves.
Axe Wove.
I was close.
That won't get you a point, buddy. That won't get you a point. So, who do you reckon the other character posters are going to be?
4 is probably... I bet they'll do Grief and Kara.
Well, they've already done them.
Yeah, but it could be the Mithril, but that seems a bit much. If he's going to be... He might be central to the plot.
I think that's who it will be.
That makes sense. I mean, yeah, you're right. They already had character posters. I'm human, okay, Jordan?
Jordan's very upset in the chat that Alex is using Google. So I've got one of the leaked ones for when Boba Fett comes back and gets his armor. You want you want to check it out? All right,
sure.
Here we go. Hey?
Honestly, like, it would be amazing if they did something that absurd, like an action figure style. I collected all of them, and now I can build this weird mecha suit that you never see. But this time, we actually get to see it.
Bring on. If they had, and if everyone just listening, I very poorly photoshopped I think it's 1996 deluxe Boba Fett with jetpack Hasbro figure. If Boba Fett came back and then put on some extension backpack that sort of called back to this, I would die. I would laugh so hard.
I mean, they keep talking about we're just pretending this show is like us dumping out our action figures and playing with them. So there you go.
Please, please, please. Now, what do you think? I've mocked up another one, Alex.
That wasn't real?
Sorry, spoiler alert. Don't use that in your trivia. Do you want me to show you the season finale one?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what season, but this is the season finale one. Now, chat, tell me you don't want this. Look at that.
I was sure that was going to be Toro, but this is also good.
Sebastian Stan, Jedi Knight, and friend of Captain Solo. Jordan Taylor says, by the way, that you're allowed 1 Google per episode.
Okay, fine.
So, well done. Well done. What do you reckon about Luke Skywalker? What are my chances?
I'm still not. That's just not something I want. I will quickly get on board if it happens. But I'm just like, I love how set apart the Mandalorian is. And there is a little bit of me that every time they bring in, like Bo-Katan kind of overshadowed the Mandalorian for me watching it. I was really happy about it, but I don't want them to just keep bringing in the bigger and bigger characters until the Mandalorian is no longer like about the Mandalorian. But it does, if he's going back to the Jedi, if he's trying to find the Jedi for Baby Yoda, I can see that. But it's also like, it's not going to end well for Baby Yoda.
It's hard to work out a good way it's going to end for Baby Yoda. One theory that I just adored was that we'd get a story like 200 years in the future with like a younger, an older Baby Yoda, like in the Star Wars galaxy, which
right.
that would be pretty insane. I think with Bo-Katan and with Ahsoka, I would hope that the people that sort of like, I don't want all this interfering with the Mando story, if that splits off into their own shows and they're using the little skims to give life to the character in the universe, then that's how I want it done. I want an ongoing story with different, sort of like the Marvel films, how they fill in along the way, but tell like a different point of view. And then later on,
they all come together.
Team up. Get a run in. That's all I want. That's all I want. It's good old run-ins. How are you going for time, Alex? Are you good?
I'm all right.
You're good? Now, all right. I've had a very good day. A very good day. I will bring up why. Because Bottleneck Gallery, right?
Oh yeah.
Release this print today. So I'll just do you know the lyrics to this great theme song, Alex?
What?
I'll help you. Don't worry, buddy. Just I've got to open up the Toro Watch segment. So here we go.
Oh, okay.
Toro Watch, what a bounty hunter. Toro Watch, handsome guy. Toro Watch.
I actually
Excellent,
am
Alex.
out of time. I need to go.
How dare you? Are you telling the truth?
No.
Oh, God, I bought it. I need an improv class. Very good. I was sort of just like, is he? He may have. But I got Bottleneck Gallery. Dave Perello, who's been doing these chapter posters that they've been releasing, screen printed, I think, limited edition of 200. And this is for Chapter 5, The Gunslinger. Old West, awesome art. Din Djarin, some sand people, a bantha, but the star of the frame is Toro Calican on Speeder. What a masterpiece, Alex.
I really like that you found your bigs.
Oh, except this guy's handsome. He's got good facial hair.
Do you want me to leave? What is this? He doesn't have facial hair. He's got facial hair the way I do.
Yeah, he's just got the little stubble.
That's nothing.
So this got released at 9 a.m. and I was sweating. I was like, because, Jermaine, that works for IO9, he's like super into like all this screen printed art. So I was messaging him last night for tips and because I didn't want to get spam botted or whatever, and get it like ripped out from under me. But it was tense, Alex. I rarely feel the thrill of a Star Wars purchase, but it's pretty good. So
I'm trying to think the last time. I think the last time I felt that thrill was when we were getting hotels for this year's celebration. Like we finally got a host hotel, and then that got ripped out from under us. So you cherish that poster.
Oh, really? What did it get cancelled? Why did it get cancelled?
You talking about celebration?
Yeah. Sorry, it's my favorite new character. It's a person that hasn't read a newspaper for a year.
Okay.
It's the best.
We need to do like improv warm-ups to get on the same page before the.
Well, you meant to read the script that I sent. I DM'd you a script. I can tell you haven't opened it. It's very upsetting. Sorry, I accidentally just put that. I actually didn't mean to put Toro back up there.
I don't believe you.
But it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm getting in a lot of trouble in the chat, Alex. So what's your theory on this Moff Gideon? Why is he one?
I don't know, man. Molly and I were talking about that today. We did our Patreon commentary that you can get on our Patreon. But I just don't know his deal. Like I was more talking about the
plugs, really?
Yeah.
Oh my! It's like I just. Like,
I know how much
you
I
don't
love
see.
Sizzle.
Yeah, you don't see me talking about my Yub Nub T-shirt that's available now. It's. Go ahead, anyway. Steelwars.com, whatever.
We were talking about just like the devotion that this guy has for, and we don't know why yet, but that this dude, the Imperial captain, would be willing to shoot his own men and crash his own ship and then bite the Star Wars equivalent of a cyanide pill. I don't know what his deal is yet. I'm going to guess he had a hand in Mandalore's downfall in the Great Purge. Maybe he is still there, kind of carving out his own territory because Mandalore wasn't part of Republic space. Mm-hmm. So maybe the New Republic doesn't really care all that much. Maybe they're not making them a priority. Yeah,
that whole bit with what's that Imperial called? You got his name down yet?
He doesn't have a name.
Well, we'll just call him the Man in Black, the Imperial Man in Black. That whole bit with him was so dope, but like so dark. With like, I had this weird sensation of like when he bit it, like I was like the little kid in me was like, oh yeah, that's sick, and then the adult was like, ooh, that calls on some very disturbing moments in history, but
yeah.
What were you saying about? So this whole Night of 1,000 Tears.
Yeah.
What do we know about this 1,000 Tear night? We know how many tears there were, apart from that, and the time of day.
So that sounded like he was talking about the siege of Mandalore at that point. So that was different from the Great Purge. I'm going to guess that we didn't see that in the actual Siege of Mandalore in the Clone Wars. I'm going to guess that there was a bit of a fight after Order 66 and after the Republic became the Empire, but they had still begun an occupation on Mandalore. I'm going to guess there was still a battle of the Empire officially taking over. That's going to be my guess for what the Night of 1,000 Tears is right now.
Interesting. We know they had good guns.
Yeah. That's something I love about this show too, is that for the nerd in me, they're actually naming, like, this is an E-Web. Did you see that Gazanti freighter over there? Like, they're just dropping things. They finally said the words ATST. That's so fun.
That when he gave the databank entry on the E-Web, like it was so funny. And I do appreciate how I saw a bit of chatter about this over the weekend. That, like, if you haven't seen the Clone Wars or Rebels, I felt like Bo-Katan explained who she was, like, so succinctly that, like, all that other stuff, sure, it helps, but it's like unnecessary.
Yeah, you know who she is. It didn't really get into, like, I was once the leader of Mandalore. She did talk about,
yeah, but you don't need that.
Yeah, you don't need it. Like, I agree that they explained her as much as the story needed to explain it. And you still got this sense that, yeah, she said, if I am to lead Mandalore, I need to get something back, something I once had. So all that's in there. I'd be interested to see how, like, my parents picked up on it.
I'd be fascinated if my parents picked up on it. I've got to tell you that much. Although my mum was in the chat the other night somehow, which was like black magic to me. It was like, how is this happening? How is this happening? I'm trying to find. Did you see the John Oliver thing with
Adam Driver?
Yeah.
I actually got spoiled. Like, Molly and I watched that show every Sunday, and I got spoiled on Twitter for that, and I was kind of mad about it. Like, of all the shows to get spoiled on, I saw someone tweeting about Adam Driver on Last Week Tonight. It was like, damn it! Slam my phone down.
I'm trying to find a little GIF of it or something. Right there. Does it really only go for 10, 11 minutes, or? I just found a YouTube of it. Wait there. I'll just put on a little segment for everyone, and hopefully I won't get copyright striked.
Little column A, little column B.
This strange bit that for some reason you pulled me into.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? When you first started doing it, it was easy for me to shrug it off.
Especially with those shoulders, I bet.
On
You could shrug off the whole planet with those meat peaks.
and on. Stop talking.
Right.
Do you realize over this past year what you've asked me to do to you? Collapse on your chest. Tie your fingers in a square knot.
Yeah.
Step on your throat. Shatter your knees. Pull your heart out through your ear. What's wrong with you? You realize we're strangers, right? People on the internet stand us,
Right.
claiming that you thirsting over me is a move.
You're right, Adam. I get it.
I'm sick of people stopping me on the street and asking me if I'm going to punch a hole in you like a Marriage Story wall.
That's completely yeah.
And you know what? You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yes.
Because you know this was inappropriate, right?
I do.
But just from the beginning, you were just like, what?
I was having some weird fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now you're what?
I'm America's naughtiest bitch.
Sure. But more importantly, you're...
I'm 6 feet of nasty, spankable bird meat crammed into a suit.
sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I'm trying to get you to say you're sorry.
Right.
Jesus Christ, you deeply weird, small thing.
I'm sorry, Adam. I'm truly, truly sorry. Consider this bit over.
Excellent. Excellent. That was so good. So good. What else do we have in the news? Did you see the Disney Parks Galactic Star Cruiser photos?
Yeah, I did.
Bang them
Pretty
up
cool.
here.
I'd sleep in one of those bunks. Don't think I'd fit, but I'd try.
Yeah, I'd curl up. I'd hope I'd be able to bring my cat Jerry. So I guess for the money that you pay, I should be able to bring my cat.
Yeah.
So that's a very small room.
It really is.
Yeah, that is small. I just couldn't grasp going to sleep in it. Like, what a waste of money.
Yeah, you'd want to play around and look out the window.
all night. Like if I went to like, I'd just be like, this is why I could never like, like first and business class on the plane. It's like the catch-22 of it is like, oh, you can sleep on the plane so easily, but you're in business class. Why would you want to sleep? Why look after me? Like I'm in luxury. So I just have to stay up. Like, so if I went in business class, if I got off the plane, they'd say, oh, you don't look very refreshed. I'm like, yeah, I was in business class. I stayed up all night enjoying the business class. I feel like that would be I would want to do it. This is what they should arrange. The idiot package for me, where at night you stay here and you can stay up. But then during the day, you get put into an average hotel and you can sleep there. But you get it a little bit cheaper because you're not using it during the day.
Yeah, but I mean, during the day, you want to go to the park itself. You just you need to be up 24/7 Steele.
Okay. God. Tough action. And then our last little deal was we had some new action figures released over the weekend. Hasbro has Asajj Ventress and who's this Black Series Mandalorian? Is he one of the Bad Batch members? Oh, there's a couple of them.
Yeah, they're not Mandalorian. I mean, well, I guess they're clones.
Ah, they're clones. Sorry. Oh my God. See, all that studying paid off, Alex.
Well, then I immediately was like, but Jango Fett's not Mandalorian, so.
Exactly. I was right all along. And a vintage Snaggletooth. And then today for Mando Mondays. Stop screen. Share screen. Look at this grief cargo. Get up here.
I love his half jacket.
It's a vibe, isn't it? It makes no sense. Like maybe on Navarro, it's like the way the sun and the moon are aligned.
It's always cold on the eastern side.
Yes, and he has to walk it doesn't make sense.
He can only walk.
You have to go the one way, but it was close. It was close to getting, and then Q. That is going to be a hot figure. Look at the detail on his facial hair. Very, very sick. And then Moff Gideon with the Darksaber. And Moff Gideon, Giancarlo, looks like he may have spent a few sleepless nights. He's looking a bit worse for wear than
wherever he is. If he's in a ship, because he did mention a fleet this past episode, maybe he's just staying up all night looking out the window like we would.
And who can blame him, Alex?
I can't.
Can blame him. Alex, thanks so much for joining us on the show. I so appreciate it. Let the Star Wars Explain. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're probably already following them. But if you're listening to this on the podcast and you want just some sweet, very informative Star Wars YouTubing, Star Wars, I cannot recommend it enough. And let's talk about this actually. Viewed by Leslie Headland, who's writing his show running and writing a new Star Wars series. Did that give you? Did that rose up the cheeks, Alex?
Of course it did. Of course, yeah. A couple friends sent that to us, and I reached out to Frankie, who did the podcast, and asked if I could clip it down and share it ourselves, and she said yes. So yeah, we were very excited. I mean, anytime someone who's actually involved in Star Wars says that we helped them somehow, it's awesome.
Excellent. And well deserved. All right, man. So, tell us about Star Wars Explain.
Yeah, we cover all the new content. So obviously the Mandalorian, any new books and comics that come out. Tomorrow I've got a big video on Bo-Katan coming out, all about if you haven't seen the Clone Wars and Rebels, it's like, here's her history. Here's where you can watch her episodes, what episode she's in, of which shows what I think her future is going to be. I'm doing kind of a podcast thing as well. And today's video is that podcast, and it's fellow Australian Mark Bonanno from Auntie Donna.
Excellent. Nice. And if you haven't watched that on Netflix yet,
so funny.
Morning Brown. Morning Brown.
What the heck is Morning Brown?
Oh, you've got the earworm going in my head now. It's hard for me to keep talking. But yeah, all right. I can't wait to watch you guys chat. It'll be like George Costanza, worlds colliding.
Yeah.
Very confusing for me. But we will be here 4 p.m. Pacific and 7 p.m. Eastern, Monday to Thursday. I think tomorrow before the show, I might do a little reaction edit for when I watch the Lego Star Wars. I'll watch that tomorrow morning. That'll be on in the morning, yeah?
Should be midnight, I assume, for you. 3 a.m. my time.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't need the midnight one.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Lego Star Wars.
I always see you West Coasters complaining about it. They're like, oh, I've got to stay up until midnight. And I was like, I'd have to stay up until 3 a.m. I don't want to hear it. If it were midnight, I'd do it. But
I'm not complaining. I'm grateful. Hashtag
me venting it.
Hashtag blessed.
I'm lumping all of you West Coasters in together, not you specifically.
All right. Well, if we're going to do some lumping, that's a good sign that this podcast has gone on
long enough.
So we'll wrap it up. But thanks so much, Alex, and good luck in the Schmodown. Is it this week?
I'm not supposed to say that.
Okay, well, whenever you are in a Schmodown next, schmo well, schmo down, but schmo up. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I gotcha. Thank you.
Be positive about it. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Thanks to everyone listening to the podcast. If you're listening to this on the iTunes podcast, it every third one comes up in here. But if you want to get it every day, become a Patreon for $3 a month at patreon.com/Steele Wars. Or if you want to do it for $5, you get a big sticker pack the first month. If you want to do $10, you get the sticker pack and a t-shirt. So do that. But until then, may the Force be with you.